prophecy, Psalms 138 verses 1-6 and fulfillment, Matthew 2 verses 2-6. The supremacy of David's seed amazes kings. Throughout the pages of the sacred scriptures, we find profound prophecies that foretell the coming of the long-awaited Messiah. One such prophecy can be found in Psalms 138 verses 1-6, where King David, under divine inspiration, praises the greatness of God and acknowledges the supremacy of his seed. This prophecy finds its fulfillment in the New Testament, specifically in Matthew 2 verses 2-6, where wise men from the east journey to Jerusalem, guided by a star, to pay homage to the newborn King of the Jews. In this video, we shall explore the prophecy in Psalms 138 verses 1-6 and its fulfillment in Matthew 2 verses 2-6, discovering the amazement of kings at the supremacy of David's seed, the promised Messiah. The prophecy in Psalms 138 verses 1-6, the majesty of God's word. In Psalms 138 verses 1-6, King David exalts the name of the Lord with all his heart, praising him for his steadfast love and faithfulness. David acknowledges that God's word and promises hold great significance and authority, even surpassing the glory of earthly kings. Within these verses, David's heart rejoices in the anticipation of God's ultimate fulfillment of his promise to raise up a glorious seed from David's lineage. The fulfillment in Matthew 2 verses 2-6, the journey of the wise men. In the Gospel of Matthew, we witness the fulfillment of the prophecy in Psalms 138 verses 1-6 when wise men from the east embark on a remarkable journey to find the newborn King of the Jews. Guided by a celestial star, these learned men arrive in Jerusalem, seeking the one who has been born to fulfill the divine promises of old. Approaching King Herod, they inquire, "Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." Matthew 2 verse 2. Upon hearing this, King Herod and all Jerusalem are troubled. Herod summons the chief priests and scribes to inquire about the location of the Messiah's birth. They quote the prophecy in Micah 5 verse 2, affirming that the promised ruler will come from Bethlehem in the land of Judah. The amazement of kings at the supremacy of David's seed. The fulfillment of Psalms 138 verses 1-6 and Matthew 2 verses 2-6 reveals the amazement of earthly kings at the supremacy of David's seed. Herod, as a reigning king, feels threatened by the news of another king's birth. The wise men, who were themselves learned and esteemed in their own lands, were humbled by the divine guidance leading them to the feet of the newborn Messiah. The juxtaposition of earthly kings and the newborn King of the Jews underscores the profound contrast between worldly power and divine sovereignty. The humble birthplace of Bethlehem stands in stark contrast to the opulence of earthly palaces. The wise men's journey, inspired by a celestial sign, showcases the extraordinary nature of the Messiah's coming and the universal significance of his birth. Conclusion. The prophecy in Psalms 138 verses 1-6 celebrates the majesty of God's word and his promises, while its fulfillment in Matthew 2 verses 2-6 reveals the awe and astonishment of kings at the supremacy of David's seed, the promised Messiah. The wise men's journey to worship the newborn King reflects the universal appeal of Jesus' birth and the divine guidance that led them to the humble town of Bethlehem. As we ponder the fulfillment of this prophecy, let us be reminded of the eternal significance of Jesus, the Son of David, whose birth brought hope, salvation, and amazement to kings and all humanity alike. May we, too, approach the Messiah with humility, worship, and adoration, recognizing his supremacy as the King of Kings and Lord of Lords.